Next is law number 16 is the law of awakening and enlightenment. A lot of you guys are noticing that people are becoming much more awakened and aware of their spirit nature, their spiritual nature. People are following these spiritual paths and becoming what we call awakened. Now, that's a really powerful thing to have happen. Now, the way that I like to see it we have something that's called the mind or the intellect. Some people call that the ego. And then we also have something called our higher self. I like to term that as your essence. So if you were to lay this body down right now and die, then your brain would shut off, your body would shut off, but a component or a portion of you would continue to remain conscious and awake and alert and aware, like awake. That part of you is what we want to awaken, not this part of you. So that part of you that continues to remain conscious and aware after the body dies is what we want to be able to tap into, because that's your highest self. How do I know that? I went through 2 near-death experiences. I actually experienced it. I know what it's like to cross over that threshold and leave the body laying there, but still be completely conscious and aware and awake to what's going on. I'm even more awake than I was before. So this law of enlightenment and awakening is another very powerful component to putting your body into a state of spontaneous healing. Most of us have been taught in our culture to listen to all this mind chatter that goes around in the brain. And when you listen to too much of that and you are just this walking intellect, then you're not tapped in to the real source of power. I mean, the whole key to awakening is bringing into balance the mind, the body, and the spirit. And that awakening happens from the essence of who you are. And I like to tell people that is the most authentic part of you, somewhere deeper down, the deepest levels of your being. Not just what you think, not just what your experiences are, not just your past, not just who other people say you are, but it's deeper than that. So it's the deepest levels of your being coming to the surface that'll cause you and allow you to wake up to your potential and wake up to who you really are. That's a powerful law that will engage your body in the reversal of disease and sickness and the aging process. Ask me how I know that. Okay, let's move on. So, and you can tell when you're in a state of enlightenment or an awakening because nothing seems to trigger you. No bells or alarms or craziness or chaos is going on inside of you. It's almost like bombs could be going off all around you, and yet at the same time you are in this beautiful centered state and you're like, it is what it is and I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, I can't change my external situation right now. It is what it is, but I'm still okay because I'm tapped in to my awakened, enlightened self. So that's really powerful. The next element or the next law that I really want to awaken in you is the law of light as opposed to darkness. If you look up in the dictionary, there are multiple terms for the word or the phrase, not the phrase, but the word light. There's multiple terms for that and definitions for that. So there's heavy, there's light, there's darkness and light. There are different ways to explain and describe what light is. If you look up the term darkness in the dictionary, it isn't anything. It doesn't really have a definition. It's just the absence of light. So darkness really has no power. However, if our perception is that there is darkness within us and an absence of light, that's not going to feel good in the body. It's going to feel heavy and weighty and like a burden on the body. Okay, so the more light that you can perceive and bring into your experience, the more it's going to put your body into that state of inducing spontaneous healing. It's actually, light does heal the body. We have therapies now where people expose themselves to massive amounts of sunlight even. And it's showing incredible effects in the reversal of the disease and aging process. Okay, a lot of people are scared of the sun. They think it's the sun that causes skin cancer, and the sun will weather your skin if you don't cover up. But if you go out and absorb and enjoy and really feel that light come into your body, it can do some powerful things in the role of spontaneous healing. An absence of light in the body will actually produce a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety. You can tell when there's an absence of light because it doesn't feel light at all. It feels heavy. It feels dark. Okay? So when you amp up the amount of light that comes in, and we have tools that we can engage in to teach you how to do this, to how to bring that light, airy, fluffy feeling into the body. As you begin to engage in these exercises and these tools, you actually do feel lighter and enlightened. So that's the law of light. The next one is the law of attraction. Many of you guys have been exposed to these laws, the law of attraction, for a long time. We've read the book The Secret. You probably watched the movie. You probably get that wherever thought goes, energy flows, and then that tends to materialize into physical form in your life. It shows up for you. Now, it's not going to happen if there's a blockage or if there's an emotion inside of your body that is contrary to that thought and that desire. Okay, so if the thoughts and the feelings don't marry up, then it won't be manifest into physical form. You won't attract it to you. So the secret to the law of attraction then is to marry up thought and feeling and form. And I teach you tools for how to do that. This is really fun because not only are you going to learn and gain understanding for how to help support the body in the laws of spontaneous healing, but you're also going to learn how to manifest the things that you want to attract into your life. And that's really fun to play with this kind of stuff. So all of this is found in the Body Restore process. I'm just kind of lightly touching on each of these laws. Let's move on. The law of accountability. A lot of accountability states that you are responsible for everything that happens in your life. And once you understand that, then you are responsible for everything that happens in your life, including your health. Once you come to understand the laws of vibration, the laws of attraction, the law of thought, the law of light, the law of enlightenment, the law of your higher self, once you come to really engage in these laws and understand them fully, then you'll start to notice that you have power. You're a lot more powerful than you've been led to believe. And once you gain access to that power that lies within you, then anything is possible. There isn't anything that you cannot have, be, or do when you come to understand these laws and learn how to apply them in your life and in your body. And the same tools by which you heal your life situations are the exact same tools that you use to support the body in its attempts to fix you and your problems. Number 20 is the law of source. Many people have different ways for describing what their source of light, source of love, source of spirituality is. But when you come to understand your source and gain a personal, deep, connected relationship with your source, then you can do some powerful things on the lines of healing your body and helping assist your body in its own efforts to heal itself. Right? So the law of source basically states that when you learn how to tap into your highest self using thought, belief, perception, the law of attraction, the law of awareness, the law of light, when you learn how to start tapping into the deeper levels of your being, you also discover that you have a source, that you are not just the source. You're not the one and only source. There is a source to those deeper levels of your being. And once you learn how to connect up, I'm not going to use terminology because a lot of you have different terms for what you call your source. Some people call it God, some people call it the universe, some people call it divine source. Whatever you want to call it that makes you feel like you're connected. So we also have tools and meditations and ways to help you connect with your source in a way that is most meaningful to you. It doesn't really matter what your religious background is or what your training has been in the lessons of spirituality. That stuff doesn't matter. We can take these tools and teach you how to connect with your divine source in a way that is the most meaningful to you, that supports your belief system. Because I don't want you to have to feel like you got to buy into mine. And then lastly, number 21 is the law of presence. Learning how to be present in the present moment with your presence. And that's a powerful thing to come to understand, to know how to do. Once you come to know how to be in the now, in the present moment, then you can start changing things rapidly within your body and within your life. There is no suffering that exists in the now. When you're in the center of your body and you're just existing, and all you do is just be in the present moment, there is no suffering that happens in the now. Usually suffering happens because of some memory that you're pulling up from the past, and you're projecting it out into the future. You project the worry out into the future because of the pains that you've had in the past. And most people have a very difficult time living in the now, in the present moment. But it's a powerful way that you can step into aligning with more of the laws of spontaneous healing. Now, lastly, I want to teach you that all laws lead to transformation. This isn't just about health. This is about everything that's going on in your life right now, currently, that bothers you, that's affecting you, that's not flowing right. When you start healing these things that are causing your illnesses, it will also roll over and spill out into your daily, everyday life. Even your external world will begin to change as you come to understand that these laws are all about transforming into you. It's a returning, it's a remembering of going back into that authenticity. When a person is fully and completely awake and aware of their true authentic nature, their true authentic self, there is no suffering. It's not possible to be sick on that level because you're an infinite being in there. So this is the power in the 21 laws of health, and I really would love to take you deeper into this. I have tools, I have meditations, I have a lot of different exercises and recipes and things that we can do together to teach you how to more fully engage in each and every one of these laws. It will change your life.